All right, let's talk about something that can make even seasoned investors a little nervous: the annual report. Today, we're going to demystify it. We're going to show you how to cut through the noise and analyze it like a professional using a framework that's clear, repeatable, and seriously powerful.
So, you crack one of these open, and bam! The first thing that hits you is just the size. We're talking well over 100 pages of really dense text, charts, and legal jargon. It feels overwhelming, right? But the secret to tackling it isn't about being smarter or reading faster.
And that's the key right there. The real problem isn't about intelligence, it's all about methodology. You see, the pros don't get lost because they're not just reading from page 1 to the end. They're using a map, a system that guides them directly to the information that actually matters. And that brings us to the core issue from most investors. If you go in without a plan, without that systematic approach, you're basically flying blind. You either drown in a sea of irrelevant numbers, or, even worse, you skim the surface and completely miss the critical warning signs.
So what is this map? What's the secret weapon? Well, it's a systematic checklist. This is literally the kind of tool that institutional analysts use to methodically slice through all the fluff and get right to the heart of the company's performance. It ensures nothing important gets missed.
I mean, just look at the difference here. The casual reader treats it like a novel, gets completely overwhelmed, and misses the big stuff. But the systematic analyst, they're on a mission. They use a checklist to zero in on what matters, which means they not only spot the risks, but also uncover those hidden opportunities that everyone else scrolls right past.
And this is a really important mindset shift. Your goal isn't to win a speed reading contest, it's all about quality analysis. The whole point of this is to be effective, to find the right information so you can have total confidence in your final decision.
Okay, so what does this system actually look like when you put it into practice? It's a straightforward 5-phase framework. You can think of this as your personal blueprint for taking apart any company's annual report, no matter how big or complicated it seems.
And here it is. This is the roadmap. As you can see, it's a logical flow. We start high level, getting the big picture. Then we dive deep into the financials. After that, we check out the people in charge. Then we go hunting for risks. And finally, we pull it all together. So let's kick it off with Phase 1.
Phase 1 is all about getting your bearings before you get lost in the spreadsheets. You're answering the simple, big questions first. What's the CEO's vision? How does this company actually make money? Where does it fit in its industry? Getting this strategic lay of the land first is absolutely crucial.
Now it's time for the numbers. And here's the thing. You have to analyze these 3 statements together. Why? Because they keep each other honest. The profit and loss might say the company's making a ton of money, but the cash flow statement tells you if that's real cash in the bank. And the balance sheet, that gives you a snapshot of financial stability. A truly healthy company looks good across all 3, no exceptions.
You know, a company is really only as good as the people running it. So Phase 3 is where you assess management and governance. Are they straightforward and honest, even about bad news? Is the board looking out for shareholders? You're not just investing in a stock ticker, you're investing in people.
Okay, now it's time to put on your detective hat. Phase 4 is all about actively hunting for red flags. These are the little details, the warning signs buried deep in the report that absolutely demand a closer look, and they're exactly the kind of thing most people miss.
These red flags usually pop up in a few key areas. A classic financial one: the company reports huge profits, but their cash flow is negative. That's a huge warning. An operational one could be a string of top executives suddenly quitting. And a big governance red flag: things like related party transactions, which can sometimes mean the execs are doing deals that benefit themselves. Any of these means you need to dig deeper.
And this quote pretty much sums up why this framework is so powerful. Pros know that not all 100-plus pages are created equal. They focus their energy, about 80% of their time, on the critical 20% of the report. We're talking about the footnotes, the cash flow statement, the management discussion. That's where the real story is hidden.
All right, we've done the digging, we've followed the clues, and now we're at the final, most important step. Phase 5. This is where we take everything we've learned and turn it into a clear, actionable decision.
And the ultimate goal here is to build your investment thesis. Now, this isn't just a gut feeling. An investment thesis is the clear, evidence-backed story that explains exactly why you believe a company is or is not a good investment. It's the culmination of all your hard work.
So in the end, this whole process is about one thing: transformation. It's about taking that intimidating 100-page document and transforming it into a single, powerful, and actionable insight that you can actually use with confidence.
You go from being a passive reader to an active, informed analyst.
So, the next time an annual report lands in front of you, don't see it as a chore. See it as a puzzle waiting to be solved. You have the framework now. You have the tools to see what other people miss. The only question left is, what will you uncover?